Hi friends. A few years ago, a friend gave me a sweatshirt that said something along the lines of, "Went outside today, it was cold, it was very peopley, 0 out of 10, do not recommend," as kind of a joke about being an introvert who likes to stay home sometimes. And I wore it to an exercise class, and after class, someone came up to me and said, a friend of mine, and said, "I don't think that's a very Christ-like shirt." I was kind of taken aback. I wasn't expecting a theology discussion about my novelty sweatshirt that morning. But I stopped to think about it, and they said, we are called to share the love of God with others. We are called to share the gospel, to share the good news all the time. And I thought, okay, and how many times in scripture do we see Jesus going off by himself? Jesus went up on the mountain to pray. Jesus left the group, went to pray. Jesus went by himself. And it's usually just a small little line at the beginning of a story, an end of a story. But I always find it so profound because we know, Jesus, after his cousin John the Baptist dies, is trying to just get away, I'm sure deep in grief. And that's when this crowd of people is following him, trying to learn from him. And I thought, I think it might be Christ-like to recognize when we need that time away. And yes, most of the time it says Jesus is going to pray. And so I'm sure sometimes those are deeply profound, compassionate, incredible prayers. And I feel like sometimes it might just be some deep, deep sighs, and that's okay too. Because we know we are called to love God and love others. And in order to love others, in order to share that love of God with others, we need to take care of ourselves first. And so sometimes that might be spending some time alone in prayer or in quiet or in meditation. That we don't need to use our words to be preaching the gospel all the time. That we can love and care for ourselves so that we can love and care for others as well. And maybe we don't need to point out to people that their novelty sweatshirts are not appropriate to sharing the gospel. Maybe it's okay. I think Jesus might have laughed also. Have a good week, friends. Take care of yourself.